Hi, I'm Maria Allwine. I'm with the Maryland Coalition to Stop the BG&E Rate Hikes. I'm also the Green Party candidate for City Council President. And the reason that I and members of our coalition are here is because this is when the City Council is continuing to consider giving John Paterakis $33 million in tax breaks. Now, Mr. Paterakis does not need this money to develop a hotel and bring $7 an hour jobs to Baltimore. The city of Baltimore needs that $33 million. We could take that $33 million and pay for the legal fees to take over BG&E and make it a municipal utility. We could use that $33 million to open the long-shuttered community and youth centers in our neighborhoods. We could take that $33 million and begin a program of solarization of Baltimore homes. We could take that $33 million and expand Medicare here in Baltimore City. There are so many other things that we could do with $33 million to benefit the citizens of this city instead of one wealthy developer who is a heavy Democratic campaign contributor. The man gives a lot of money to these Democratic candidates. And Stephanie Rawlings-Blake, the president of the City Council, is championing this legislation, this special payment in lieu of taxes tax break for Mr. Paterakis. What really is upsetting too is it has recently come to light in the sun that companies that receive these tax breaks, these special tax breaks, are supposed to share some of the profits with the city or the entity that's granting them the tax breaks. Come to find out, no surprise to many of us, but come to find out that the city has actually seen zero profit sharing from these tax breaks that they give to these wealthy developers. And right in the sun, to rub salt in the wound, it was declared that yes, we often put the guarantee of profits into these bills up front to make them palatable and to get them passed. And so that people like us won't come down to City Hall and object. So what you have is a campaign contributor getting what he bargains for and what he expects when he contributes to politicians' campaigns. He expects favorable legislation, he expects a quid pro quo, and he's getting it from this City Council. I can tell you that if I were president of the City Council, citizens like us would never have to come down here and object to these things because they wouldn't be going on in the first place. This is an example of what is wrong with Baltimore, what is wrong with the Democratic machine that controls this city. People are getting shafted, and this is a perfect example. The other thing is they can give him $33 million and do nothing about the BG&E rate hikes, about the deregulation of BG&E. We have asked the City Council to come out in favor of a special legislative session. Belinda Conaway is the only one who's had the political courage to do so, and so I thank her personally. But the rest of the City Council is saying nothing and ultimately will do nothing. So it's going to take pressure from people like us, from ordinary people in the streets who are opening their bills and can't pay them. So I urge you to join our coalition and to participate in these events with us. If there were all of us out in the streets over this issue, they'd be doing something. So here we are at City Council, and we are going to go in and encourage them to do the right thing for the citizens of Baltimore.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks.
My name is Denise Lowery, and I'm here today because I want to see what's going to be done for the citizens of Maryland, of Central Maryland. I'm with the Maryland Coalition to Stop the BG&E Rate Hike. I'm with All People's Congress, and I'm with the Community Forum think tank. And we are out here trying to find out what happened to $150,000 that was supposed to have been used. It was last year that they talked about doing a feasibility study so we could have our own municipalities, and the citizens of Central Maryland would be running the gas and electric, the utilities rather. And I'm hearing aggregation. Aggregation is not the same. Aggregation does not help the citizens of Baltimore, or I should say Central Maryland. It doesn't help anybody but the big profit people. And I'm here to see what's going on, what has happened to with the money, because there's a lot of people out here that cannot afford to pay what's being paid. Last week I was feeling bad because of the heat. Now imagine people whose whose utilities have been cut off.
Thanks so much, Denise.
I'm Chris Bush. I'm with the Maryland Coalition to Stop the BGE Rate Hikes. I'm here today with some other concerned citizens because Baltimore City has a role to play in this electricity rate theft. Last year, the City Council authorized $150,000 for a study for the city to review a public utility, which involves eminent domain actions of the transmission lines of BG&E and taking over the utility and having the city own it. What has happened is that Mayor Dixon has hijacked that study. Those study funds are using it for aggregation instead. Aggregation is not the same thing. All that would do is pool all the residents in one big buying pool, and maybe they get 8–10%, but you know what? That's 8 or 10% off the big rate theft, and Constellation BG will just come back the following year and recoup that anyway. No one's really going to save anything. You get real savings, real protection when you own the lines, when you have a publicly owned utility. You can get much better deals. You don't have to pay a profit to BG&E, and that's what the City Council approved, and that's what Mayor Dixon is not doing. Hopefully some council members will bring that issue up with her tonight and challenge her on that. We hope they will. A secondary issue, which does not appear to be on the agenda, but which we're looking for, is there's been a proposal to see if the city will have a moratorium on utility cutoffs by BG&E, pending the Public Service Commission's new study and also the city study that we were just talking about. But that doesn't appear to be on the agenda tonight, but that's something the city ought to do as well. These are concrete things that Baltimore City Council can do to help the residents fight BG&E. And we'll see what happens tonight with these events as well.
Okay, thanks so much, Chris.
All right, Bill.
Money, and instead probably makes, in essence, makes a deal with BGE to always follow behind them. So she's looking for a 5 or 10% discount at best, when in fact the city of Baltimore could take the whole lines over and cut the rates by 50% if they wanted to. There are 5 other cities in the state of Maryland that already do it, so it's not like we're coming up with a proposal that's out of space. It can be done. The problem is that we got leadership in this city that don't care about working class people, don't care about poor people in this city. They put small businesses at risk, because now they have to not only pay the increase on their electrical payment, but they also have to raise their, compete with BG, because people have to make a decision about how they're going to spend their money. Are they going to spend it first on their corner stores or clothing? Are they going to spend it on their electricity and things they need to stay warm or stay cool? It's a real serious choice that people have to make. And we want people to know that you don't have to just think it's all about BGE. The state of Maryland has an opportunity to change this. The city of Baltimore has a chance to change this.
And you're down here to let the City Council know tonight that they can do more.
They can do more, and they should do more. I think they should need to understand that they passed a good bill. That they passed a bill that says, let's do something about it. Doesn't guarantee anything, but it says, let's do something about it. The City Council should be upset. I mean, they should be offended that the mayor will go around them and take money that they set aside for the citizens of Baltimore to fix a problem that we all are facing. And instead she uses it so that she could basically keep paying off BGE no matter what rate that they decide to charge people.
Thanks a lot, Name.
Thank you.
Uhuru, how you doing? My name is Jawanza. I'm a member of the Uhuru movement, and we are members of the coalition here to stop the BG&E rate hike. And we're going to continue to be out here until the rates come down, the caps come back on, and we get these city council people to stand up and make them take a stand. And they running for office, and ain't none of them talking about BG&E. All of them should be here. Dr. Andre Buntley, Sheila Dixon, Kiefer Mitchell, all of them just running for city council, any type of, any of them running for city council, mayor, any of them, they all should be fighting against BG&E, not going along with Martin O'Malley to get along. And we, the Uhuru movement, like I say, we joined this coalition. We're going to continue to fight and get other people and other organizations to join this coalition. And we're going to fight, agitate, and we're going to stop the BG&E rate hike. And them caps will come down. And we're going to continue to fight until they do. Uhuru.
Okay, thanks so much, Ron.
All right.